Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai. Now, here it is, Fairy Tale, chapter 320 review. This one, by all aspects, this one was very good. To some extent. At least the second half. The second half was really good in this chapter. Now, a few people, King of Lightning, don't want to tone him out there, but he obviously told me saying a few things in a live stream before, or Taco Battle Dome. We were talking about Fairy Tale, and he was saying JURA was good and all, but trolling. I personally think this deserves a 4 out of 5. This was a 4 out of 5 for me. At least the second half. The first half was bullshit. It's like, who gives a fuck? This half was like, who gives a fuck? It really doesn't happen. And first half of this chapter, and the name of this chapter was Fierce Lightning. And pretty much what happens is we get scenes throughout the area. We got Arcadius walking down to go with the princess. We see Gial, we see Marvis, we see Future Lucy, Frouche and Rogue, Yukino with, I got Mary Jane there, you got Sting, you got Natsu and Loki fighting those guards and those executioners, you got Wendy, you got Lucy, you got Ursa fighting Minerva, but no one wants to see that shit. And Minerva says her interesting line. She says, "The public shall bear witness to the last breath of the almighty Titania." It's like, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. And then we see, also in this chapter, Leon tag teaming with Shelia going up against Juvia and Gray. Now, and what's happening basically, they're fighting each other, and Juvia gives Gray her water, and he does ice make shotgun, which was really interesting. They're like tag teaming against Shelia and Leon, and it's doing pretty well. And she does Sky God's dance, and he says, "Excellent, Shelia," and he's saying so sleazy, and he brings out the ice make serpent, water serpent. And he's telling her, Shelia, you go after Juvia while I go after Gray, and saying just don't leave any lasting marks on her. And Gray's saying that, they're not working in unison, which means we have the upper hand. And then we go from that to the main event. JURA, Laxus, and Orga. Now, the thing about this sequence of events is that in this chapter, Orga kind of gets one-shotted by JURA. But here's the thing, and I'm not calling out King here, but King, let's be honest here. Let's be perfectly honest. He's number 5 of the 10 wizard saints. The only people, think about this, the only people stronger than JURA are one of the 4 wizard saints. And you know what they're known as? They're known as deities. They're on God level. So if you count that into the thing here, it's pretty clear. Yeah? And freaking JURA said it himself to Orga. He says to him, I analyzed you on the first day. It was like he had a technique to beat him up. And then, Laxus is there, and he says his presence is suffocating. Um, and, Orga challenges him, saying, will you take on my frontal assault head on, Mr. Wizard Saint? And he says, can you block this? And then JURA says, well, let's find out. And he brings out Lightning God's Manga Stream's got it, Lightning God's atomic bolt cannon. It blasts the building there, and here comes JURA out of nowhere and punches him dead in the face. Dead in the fucking face. And he falls to the ground. Orga. He's down. He's out. One-shotted. And he says, I analyzed you the first day you fought. And that's all there is to need to put you to sleep. And Makarov is saying, Mark's saying, we have no chance. And then everybody, the people who are backing up Laxus, Freed, Evergreen, and Big Slow, they're saying, don't master, don't say that about Laxus. Have faith in him. Yeah, I think Big Slow, he said that Laxus is gonna make him his bitch. Laxus is gonna make JURA his bitch. And I was like, come on, so weird. So they're saying that, and he's facing off against them, and that's when the master of Lamia Scale, her name's Baba, basically says that in the past 7 years, while Fairy Tail was in a hibernation, JURA has gotten even stronger than most of the 10 Wizard Saints. He is actually the 5th strongest Wizard Saint among them. And the only people that are stronger than him are the 4. But you can't count them because she says, and this is straight from the pages, that those people are like deities. Deities. You know what that means? That means they're gods. They're on god level. Hey, listen. People can say what the fuck they want. I'm promoting. That's what I'm doing here. I'm promoting JURA. And sure, Orga got one-shotted. That's bullshit. Well, you know what? When someone tells you that this guy, JURA, is the 5th strongest Wizard Saint, and the only people stronger than him, and basically what Baba's saying is, Master from Lamia Scale is, he's the strongest human wizard. You know how crazy that is? Come on. I'm just saying, King. I don't know if I'm going to get some heat from King for saying this, but I think this was good chapter. The second half here with JURA and Laxus. Now, after that little speech, JURA is basically saying, I'm looking forward to fighting you for quite some time. And then that's when Laxus brings down this quote. He says, stop right there. At this very moment, you're not some geezer with a pretentious title, and I'm not someone's grandson. And he says, we're just two gladiators. And he says, JURA saying, your eyes speak volumes. And the look on Laxus's face and JURA's face, I was like, yes, let's go. Let's go. Listen, I know this is me fanboying to a point, but hey, JURA's is rock. Matt, Laxus is lightning. These two are like, it's like a heavyweight fight, man. When you really think about it, you get hyped for a heavyweight. This is 2 heavyweights going up at each other. And that's awesome. And that's when they go and attack. Laxus goes and attacks him. JURA smacks him down. just like this. I'm like, damn. But then obviously Laxus, he comes back. Even though he gets smacked down like that. He comes back, Laxus. Everyone's shocked. It can't one-shotted. And then he's saying that there's always someone higher up in the food chain. And he says, no shit, he says, Laxus. He says, but if you get too complacent standing on that poor perch, the hunter becomes the hunted, and he just gives him a big fucking uppercut, Laxus. And then it says, talents and skills are only part of the equation. In the heat of battle, guts, moxie, and immeasurables must also be factored in. And then it says, next week's chapter, 321, Laxus versus JURA. Now, and that was the end of the chapter. Now, people are probably going to say for this chapter, continuously, oh, that chapter sucked, that sucked, and I heard it from King, and I heard it from Joten, but here's what I have to say. I'm not telling them to go, I'm not saying I'm disagreeing them partially on this fact. Everything else about the chapter, fine. But this fact, what he did to Orga, let me tell you something. Orga is not in JURA's class. End of story. And anyone can argue with me if they want, but I'm telling you right now, the explanation about JURA tells me one thing. He's in a different class altogether. And here, think of it this way. Orga was fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm calling Orga stupid. You're sitting there, charging a lightning bolt. You idiot. Don't you know what's going to happen? JURA's going to come right at you and punch you down. That's the way I look at it. This was Orga's fault. That's why I look at it. But this fight, it's good and bad. Because here's the thing. I swear to God, if Hero fucks us up next week, he's got to deliver this fight. No questions asked. No questions asked. Laxus versus JURA, I want to see some shit go down. And when I mean shit go down, I want to see some craziness. I want to see JURA going up against Laxus, blow for blow, back and forth. Just like in the ending of this chapter when, JURA knocked him down and then Laxus came back up and uppercut him. That's what I want to see. A dragged out fight between these two heavyweights. That is really what I look when I see this fight. I see two heavyweights going up each other. And that's the way I look at it. And listen, that's what he says, trolling. But that's not what I see it. You know what's trolling? I will give you trolling. Mary Jane's fight. Trolling. What other fights were trolling? Let's see. Oh, that sock fight. That's bullshit. I can count you trolling fights. That was not trolling. I'm sorry. Natsu's fight was trolling. This was not trolling. I just don't see it. Because the fact of the matter is, JURA is fucking tough, okay? He's fucking strong, man. That title is not for show. You think, oh, he's one of the 10 Wizard Saints. He's number 5 of the 10 Wizard Saints. You think that's for show? No. I don't want to get on a rant here, but I just feel that JURA one-shotting Orga is not trolling. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. Now, if people want to argue, fine, just be careful. Don't go crazy on me with these comments and complaining about it. But I just don't see it trolling because JURA, he is up there. Okay, he's fucking up there. All right? The only people stronger than JURA are people who are not even human. Not even human. And that's what I wanted to bring up in this chapter. All the other stuff is boring and bullshit. The first Grace, that stuff is boring, bullshit. But this is the point I want to bring up. This part 2. This part 2 was awesome in my opinion. 4 out of 5. But warning. Yes, I'm putting a warning label on this because we have to see. If next week's fight delivers and it's back and forth and it's like, oh, is Laxus going to win? Oh, it's JURA. You get that feeling where it's actually good and it doesn't end so quickly. I'll be like, yeah. Then I'll be like, okay, Hero. good job. But if Laxus wins one shot next chapter, or JURA wins next chapter one shot, I'm saying bullshit. Bullshit. Especially if he skips it. If he starts like halfway through, oh, they skip it. No. Then it's going to be bullshit. But overall, this is a good chapter. I liked what I saw. And I'm just saying, JURA is up there. And I see no reason why it's not trolling. I'm sorry. It's not. There are so many trolling fights in this tournament. Go back in the day 1, day 2, day 3. All those fights were trolls. Majority of them. What about fucking the tag teams matches? Those were trolling fights. So, yeah. And that's all I got to say. I'm sorry if I went on a tear. 16 minutes on this now. So, I'm sorry if I did that. But anyway, that's the story. This is from Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. Good chapter of Fairy Tail. JURA and Laxus, get hyped. Get hyped for this fight. Hopefully Hero delivers. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Come on, Hero. Don't fuck this up. Fingers crossed.